Oh, your favorite, yeah, cousins.
Cousins.
That's
So we're here, of course, with returning guests to the conversation and coffee. It's Flobo Boyce.
Hey, what's got? I got some Cafe Bustelo here.
That's
So
what I'm
yeah,
drinking.
Oh,
Cafe Bustelo. Oh my
yeah.
God.
It's such a New York
so
thing.
fancy.
It's very
Yeah.
New York. We're being New York this morning, but I have the
Yeah.
cup of it.
Okay. I got the Brazilian one they have. They have the nation ones they have now too. It's kind of cool.
Oh, I thought we were doing the same one. That's so weird. I didn't realize we were doing the same one. So we were talking about before we came on, how long do you say Happy New Year?
Mm.
Every
Ooh.
year it's a big thing, right? People go, well, you know, some people say it like if I first see you or talk to you in the new year, it could be February. I'm like, Happy New Year.
Whoa, February. What are we doing?
There you go. See, there
Whoa,
you go.
February.
I'm just curious. What do you
I,
think?
February. I think there's two schools of thought that I will accept. One, personally, I'll go to Martin Luther King Day because that's like the first like secular holiday, right? So after Martin Luther King, it's just whatever. But if you're religious, I'll do the Epiphany, which is January 6th. So I'll accept the 6th, I'll accept the 15th or the second Monday, but after that, just crazy talk.
Listen,
Wow.
well, he'll accept. He
That
said. He told me
he
accept. Missy went. Oh, Missy went. Oh, Missy went. Wow, shit. Her friend was like,
Goodbye,
oh,
everybody.
okay.
Thanks for inviting me. Yeah.
I love a man with a strong opinion.
Yeah.
And good morning.
Good morning.
I kind of feel like mid-January without the rationale that Flobo explained. Like I do though feel like somewhere in the mid-February, you kind of drop the Happy New Year. That's my thing. So I think like starting the third week in January, I might stop saying it.
See?
And especially if I'm like really not having a good New Year or Happy New Year, I'm just not saying anything. Stupid New Year.
Well, I didn't say Happy New Year at all last year. Like, I was going through it this month. I was like, there was no
Yeah.
Happy New Year. But it's funny because I didn't realize that Dr. Martin King Jr. It's a birthday. It's a holiday. I'm just kidding.
I think it's a holiday in 49 states. I don't think Arizona recognizes it.
Yeah, is that crazy?
I know. I think it's something weird like that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, something. No, seriously, it's something weird. Like this one state will refuses to recognize it.
Huh.
I know it's kind of weird.
That is very weird.
Yes. No, I'm just joking, folks. Don't write me letters. I'm black. Don't write me letters. No, I was gonna say is for me, I know there's times I'll say it if I'm first. I may say jokingly to you like, "Oh, Happy New Year." We have the first time talking. I may say it in February. I might. But usually by then, it drops off by then. I mean, it just naturally drops off. It's like, no. So it's like,
So Flobo, I have a question.
I would say.
I have a question for Flobo. So what happens when somebody in February says Happy New Year?
Well, New Year's Day is my favorite holiday, so I'm fine with that. Cool. I will. Oh, thank you very much. It's like when someone says my name wrong. It's like, okay, actually, no, I'm kidding. No, I don't mind it. I love when people say Happy New Year to me in March or April and May. I don't get mad with them, but I would feel weird on January 20th. That's like Valentine's Day era after the 20th to be like Happy New Year.
Yeah, I agree with you. In February, it's like, what? It's already kicked in, guys.
Yeah.
well, no, I mean, Mom said for me, it's more of if it's contact I haven't talked to at all this year, and we're first communicating in February, I might say, hope you're having a Happy New Year. It's a new year. I might say something like that in there. But yeah, no, regular on the street, I won't say Happy New Year at that point. No, I mean, it's already
On the street. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Hey, Happy New Year.
I just want to make sure. I want to make sure that around February 27th, I'm gonna wish Flobo a Happy New Year. I'm just gonna make sure I do
Right.
that. Like that.
I just talked to you yesterday. Why would you do that?
because
Hey, man. You gotta make me turn to a lie. I'm telling Melissa, oh yeah, I never get bent out of shape. What the hell?
It's one of those things. It's kind of funny how people say that. And is it Happy New Year's or Happy New Year?
No, no.
Yeah,
You see, I can't stop with people just adding S's everywhere. I don't get it. First of all, it's Subway, not Subways. It's Barnes and Noble, not Barnes and Nobles. It's daylight saving time, not daylight savings time. And it's Happy New Year. Stop with that.
Yes.
Stop.
I mean, it's not Merry Christmases, right?
Christmases.
So why would it be
Mary's Christmases.
Mary's Christmas?
Uh, yes, the S effect. Yes,
Mhm.
everything, the pluraling everything. Yes, that actually is hilarious too. That's hilarious. I gotta write that down. But yeah, this is another one. I was very conscious to say Happy New Year to everybody this year because I put the S on stuff. So I was very much like, this year, you gotta make sure you say Happy. No, it's me. It's totally me, Flobo. Totally me. But this year I didn't do it. I made sure it's Happy New Year. I had to stop my hand. Happy New Year. That's it. It wasn't easy. So yes, I know. I can't. It just I sometimes my comical side is spills over, but I am a wordsmith. I am a two-time spelling bee champion, so I'm like I know better. I was good in English. I'm a two-time spelling bee champion, Flobo.
I don't disagree. Disappoint. It's funny when you say that because it took me back to when I did spelling bees when I was a kid, and I've always been eliminated like late in the in the competition. So there's plenty of adult nights I stay awake being like, I can't believe I spelled anniversary with the one N. What was I thinking? So you're like, yeah, two-time champ. I'm like, oh man, it's kind of funny.
Well, I'll tell you the one word that screws me up. I mean, to this day. I mean, to this day, for some reason,
Convenience.
no. Tomorrow.
Oh,
Really?
Tomorrow's is my. I'm
Too
like,
many O's, too many R's.
there's too many M's, right?
Too many.
Something already.
No.
I'm like, is it too
it's
many?
only,
No, there's
only one M tomorrow.
I think I'm saying I put.
So cute.
I'm saying I put too many M's in it,
Oh,
or too many.
Oh, okay.
I always go Morrow. I should remember like Morrow, but Morrow. I should remember that. But it's the tum part that I always go. How do you spell that again? How do you spell that again? I mean, I always have that problem.
Wow.
Always, just always. But the one word I'll never forget because I beat the person the first time is compass. I will never forget how to spell that because I beat that. He spelled it wrong. He said COMPUSS, compass. And I was like, he was like
You
the
talk smack
five-time champ. He was like the 5-time champ. And I was like, I'm gonna get it. And then my mother looked at me like, he's like, don't you fuck this up, James. You better spell it because you look at me like,
how do you get to be a 5-time champ of anything and you misspell compass?
I can see I think so. Okay, let's examine that for a second. So we were going to a gifted school, La Tijera, here in Ladera Heights. And because when he lost, I know hoity-toity, when he lost, he wasn't really upset actually. Or his parents stopped being my friend. They wouldn't let me in the house anymore or anything. They were totally mean to us. But he didn't care. I think he did it on purpose on some level. I think there was something or he messed up by like it was something I think it was like they put a lot of pressure on him because I was his friend. They used to put a lot of pressure on him, and we knew because he and I never had any competition. We were really good friends. I won't out him. He's not. We're actually friends on Facebook. I won't out him, but if he's watching or listening, happens to run on this, you know it's you. But come on the show and tell what you think, though. I think I always thought it was on purpose, kind of on some level, or subconsciously on purpose. Like you just because he didn't because you think somebody that would be pissed and upset and like, oh my god, I lost. He did. He was like, congratulations, and like he never held it against me. His parents did, but he never did. So I think there's something in there. I think psychologically.
To me, it's interesting how like you have spelling bees, but most of our devices have autocorrect. It's like kind of going to like a Renaissance fair game and seeing archers or something. That's an old school thing. Let's line and watch kids spell things. Like, what are we this bored? Like, what's going on?
It's exciting, Flobo. What's wrong with you? The script spelling bee is exciting.
Hey, as a spelling bee flame out, I am as bitter as it all can be. Okay, I'm just super bitter.
It's a flame out. Any word that's hard for you?
To spell
all of them.
Yeah, all of the above. Right. That's the catch-all. When you don't know the answer, it's all the above. I mean, I don't think so. I'm very spoiled. I love technology. I use technology. And I always say I can spell, I just can't type. So we'll say I had trouble early on in school with there, right? Until I understood the possessive use of there. But I was always like, I don't know why. It's just there was a tough word for me in early school. So that's all I remember is struggle.
Because we're the same year, high school, right? We're the same year, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have typing
Yeah.
class? Did you take typing class?
Yes. Hated it.
Typewriter. Look at Tony Flobo, like that.
Flobo, like I'm still hand checkers today. You know what I hated about that class? It wasn't the typing, it was the click clatter of 15 or 20. Well, who am I kidding? I was in public school, 30 typewriters going on. That bothered me. It was the noise pollution.
How funny. We didn't have those words back then. We didn't have noise pollution back then. What kind of words are those?
Yeah, what's a keyboarding? I mean, it's a different vibe, but yeah, I hear that.
So keyboard is different than typewriter.
No, I mean the cacophony of other people doing it next to you. Like yeah.
That's a big word. Spell it.
How many ends of anniversary? No, I can't.
No, go cacophony. Okay,
I'm just saying.
I love it.
I know it's different. I know it's a different thing.
Well, screw that now, Flobo. But it's like cacophony. I like that. I'm like, that's a big word.
It is.
Spell that shit.
I took the SAT by accident. Don't get me twisted.
By accident.
I did. I took the ACT and I was fine. And my parents didn't know what it was. And so they go, we're taking the SAT. I'm like, but Ma, I got the ACT. I'm fine. She goes, no, we're taking the SAT. So of course I sign up. And then I go to class on Friday and they go, all right, SAT's tomorrow. Make sure you bring a pencil. I'm like, fudge. I forgot about the SAT. Totally bombed it. But hey, you know what I mean? I got to college anyway. Flagler College, actually. Hey.
I don't know what to say. There's so much to say. There's so much to unpack there, Melissa. But I'm like, we're going to ignore that for a second about how he failed SAT, so got to college, got some degree of some sort. Because I was super smart. I mean, I did great in everything. But Melissa.
Yes.
So it's the whole. Remember back in the day, typing was a big deal. Like you learn how to type, you could go get things and speed, like all that. So you didn't tackle typing. This wasn't your thing.
I did not see. This is going to sound funny now. I did not see myself in an office environment, so I felt the typewriter was an unnecessary skill set. And a few short years later, there I was on a typewriter. I remember in class. I remember in class, the teacher was, if you have to type. If you get to 30 words, like in a minute, I think it was, then you've kind of like got it down. And then you could progress from there and do 40 and 50. But she was like 30, your goal right now is 30 words a minute. I'm like, are you kidding me? And I remember distinctly looking up and asking her, well, does spelling count? She's like, of course it does. Because I can bang out 30 words a minute. I just can't. It doesn't mean they were all words were spelled correctly. Yeah, I didn't take that class very seriously, James. Let me put it to you that way.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Because my grandmother at the time was like, you know how to type, you can work anywhere. You gotta know how to type. Because she was like one of those 90 word per minute. She was like, she was like fast. And so I took that seriously, like, okay, I'm gonna learn how to type. Well, I mean, I was gonna go for nursing. I didn't plan on being in an office either. However, years later, Insurance Skill Center, I'm in an office. But I was like, but it was like, she said, just as long as you have a typing skill, you could be well, back then, secretary. I was like, you could go to a front desk, you always work somewhere. And I took 10 key and all that stuff. I mean, I learned all that stuff.
Wow.
And I went into, the most I could type at one point was 70 words per minute. And
that's very impressive. That's
no, I remember when I went to the staffing service back in the day, they had you do a typing test. That was one of the tests they'd have.
Sure.
And I was in San Francisco just before I worked at Insurance Skill Center. I went to Smith, Hampton, and Devlin. They were in town. Shout out to you guys are still there. And they're like, okay, you're going to take. They interview you, they grade you, other things. They put you in a room, and they have these little booklets, and it's like Mary Had a Little Lamb or the kind of thing. You had to type, they test your typing. There's that whole thing. And I was like, wow. And I did it. They're like, you're so good. But I don't know. Now I think I could type probably 40 words if I was pressed. Maybe. But I never had, like, I don't have to, right? I don't have to anymore. Like, I could type it
Well,
on
the only thing that I have to do is push the dictate button,
Oh, yeah.
and I just speak the words, and the computer does the rest for me.
I remember my first resume having to put down how many words you typed a minute on the resume.
Yeah.
I like to just impress people. I don't know why we did that, but
Well, productivity. They want to see if you be productive. You know,
Yeah.
I'd be slacking. I stay slacking in the streets.
Work.
Work.
Work hard. But yeah, I just remember that. But I don't. I'm not a huge data entry person anyway. I don't like. I can do it, but I'm not. Those kind of jobs. You serious type stuff in the computer. I can't do dictation because my voice, for some reason, no dictation device it understands my voice. I always have problems.
Really?
I always have problems. No matter what device it is, I'm like, type "dear mother," and they'll be like, "fuck you," and that's what they'll tell. That's what I write. I'm like, I didn't say that. Or you're a bitch. I didn't say that.
Do you want me to?
These are the king of all cuss words.
I know it's not even 10.
No, folks, it's freezing here in Los Angeles. And I'm feeling it right now. I'm freezing.
Yeah.
Just kind of through it's going through my mouth. Apologize to anybody who heard that, but it's life. This was sometimes coffee and conversation is like that sometimes. So,
It'd be like that sometimes.
Be like that sometimes. Where it's right now. It's fucking. Oops, I said. Oh, I didn't mean to say it the second time. It's 49 degrees. 49 degrees in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
That's not kosher. 49 degrees. Come on, folks. We're all in Los Angeles. 49 degrees. That's not good.
It's not good for our plants.
Yeah.
No, it's not good for
flowers.
Our flowers and his fake plant.
His fake plant.
It's still real to me, okay? That's
I love it. I love it. I'm just saying it's fake plant. I see mine back there. It's real. That's a real plant. It's real.
Flobo just got called out.
I know. I love it.
Folks.
I love it so much.
I love it.
Brings the whole room together.
I love his fake. I thought it was real at first. He told me it was fake. I thought it was real all these for a long time.
It looks great.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's Christmas gift.
He's held on to it. But your plants are off. Yeah, you used to have a plant in our show all the time. That window's all curly.
I do. It's kind of not doing well. So I kind of moved him off screen. I don't know why it's a him, by the way. I just get a male vibe off of the plant.
That's crazy. He's like, I don't feel too good. You're like, whatever.
Yeah. No, I keep trimming the leaves and watering. So anyway.
But you said we used to have another plant that was curly cued in your office.
Oh yeah, I've got both. My philodendrons are gorgeous.
Yeah.
One over here, I have a vine that's all the way down my desk and across the floor lined on my desk.
Oh wow.
And my dog loves to come in here and sniff at it and play with it. Get away from my plant. Well,
you should hang it up so the drapes down.
I really should, but I haven't. So
wow, I'm looking at philodendrons on Wikipedia right now.
It's one of the hardiest indoor plants that you can. If you're a plant killer, get a philodendron.
Wow,
killer.
I feel like you're speaking right to me directly.
You're a plant killer.
Not at all, Flobo. That's really not at all.
No, they are. They're better than ficus. Better than the other ones. The other ones are all temperamental.
I feel like I go to like a club, like, hey man, you got those things for plant killers in the back.
Yeah.
I got something for you. Come back.
I got something. Patent succulents,
I tried to build. No, I have friends who've killed succulents. I'm like, how did you kill a succulent? They don't take much water. You've done it?
No, I said they're hardy.
Yeah, they're hardy. They're meant to be drought tolerant. Like I killed my succulent. Now I go over the house like, you did kill it. Like, what'd you do? I don't know what's going on. I didn't believe him at first. I'm like, what did you do to your succulent?
Let me go see this myself. Oh my goodness.
Totally. I'm like, that's really weird because they're like very low maintenance.
Yeah.
But I know that some plants are, when it comes to weather, like we're saying, like frost, so it can kill some plants.
Oh yeah.
Damage them. Because our climate's not used to that. Like we're not especially like Flobo and I, we're way down here. Like we don't have that down here. True. So every once in a while when I get frost, I'm like, that's kind of crazy. Why is there my poor palm trees are like, what the fuck? Yeah. Like, what's going on? Palm trees. They like sunshine and warmth.
So you see like the frostbitten palm leaves, like, oh my gosh, like
Yeah, so it's weird. It's like, oh,
Hmm.
what's going on there? But we had the extreme wind recently too, Melissa.
We did. 80-mile-an-hour gusts. That's crazy. But not as bad, James, as last year. Last year's windstorm was
I think I remember. Okay.
crazy here. I talked to a client of mine yesterday. We're going through some insurance stuff, and I'm like, okay, so this is where we're going to get like the windstorm protection. Like we just had a couple days ago. He goes, a couple days ago was nothing. I remember last year, and he did this whole rendition about how people were really worried that trees were going to fall on top of their houses because it was so windy.
Yeah. Like, I think I
Talking
remember.
about the woods or like the planted trees.
Both. No, the plant, like, no, the trees, the planted trees.
Oh, gotcha. I didn't know if you're like in the woods somewhere, like if you're like in a rural area or if it was like the
No,
street. Okay.
no, I mean, trees are falling down all over town.
Ventura Boulevard.
Last year.
It's like
Cars, I mean, it was pretty intense last year. So, and you know what's the funny thing? I don't know about you guys in your business, but in mine, weather is so important because weather related property damage is what I do. So when it gets really windy or really rainy, and I was like, oh God, how many calls am I going to get tomorrow from people who have had a bad night?
Wow.
Fortunately, everyone's okay. So it's all good.
Flobo, I'll let you answer first.
I'm sorry?
I'll let you answer first. She asked the question.
Oh, my career is usually here. Like I worry about wind impacting my internet, but thankfully,
yes, that's a real thing, Flobo.
It's a real thing, Flobo.
Absolutely, yeah. It's I guess because my job is not physical. Most of my jobs are physical. I think during the summertime as a wedding DJ, I worry about wind. Because
right,
you could bring sandbags for things, but the wind will always find a way to be like like go around it and stuff like that. But the biggest issue is more lightning and rain, which doesn't happen. But when it does in Southern California, it's kind of like full tilt,
It is. You're right.
So. But day to day, I kind of think myself as here. So kind of like weather, I don't know.
I actually had a problem with internet, and I was on a business meeting with an insurance company, and one of the VPs was on the line, and I'm like, oh, I just like checked out of the meeting. And I'm like, I'm calling lesson. It was like this whole production. It was crazy. So internet today, even in our business, like, I literally dropped the call because I didn't have internet connection.
Right.
With somebody who could like change my future.
And those acts of God. You're like, nope, eek. That's it. Future will not be changed.
Wow.
For me, I mean, because I was live the other night, we had an earthquake and then power went out. And I was making a good point live. I was like, another thing. It was like, eek. I was like,
they know.
They knew. They did know.
Big power grid says, you know what? You said too much.
He's running his mouth again. Let's kind of shut him down. But for me in the organizing business, it affects us in these weird ways where if we're depending on if we're doing a garage redo or going to transfer stuff in and out, we cancel. If it's raining too hard or if it's too windy, we have to cancel and wait till it's time. Or when it's too hot. If we're working indoor, outdoor, depending on my client, if they're older and I'm working with them, that we've had to be postponed until it's a little cooler. That happens more, like Flo said, that happens more than the other one, because obviously we're in Southern California. When we get those heat waves, I'm like, I'll cancel them. Shit, I'm not coming over today. No, you don't have air conditioning, and we're not going to die up in this house trying to move some knickknacks. Then that's just not going to happen.
It's funny you mentioned that, because that to me the biggest problem, I think, for the DJ stuff, because your computers will sweat and they will slow down, and sometimes it will like shut down and go, hey, we're too hot to operate. And no one, even though everyone knows we run on a laptop, no one kind of understands when it goes down.
Where's
it's still my wedding. I'm like, yo, Apple just quit. What do you want me to do? But yeah, so I have to carry like fans and stuff, which is kind of interesting to carry.
Girl, get Steve Wozniak over here and fix his goddamn computer. They're trying to get over here. My wedding. Yeah, my day.
It's like, it's funny. Everyone's like, you're a DJ, press a button until technology fails. And it's like, well, magic, man. Create the music now. But heat waves are a thing.
Yeah, the heat wave thing, that's true. And the rolling blackout sometimes. So we get that. I'm on the LA grid, and I live in Inglewood, but my house is on the LA grid. So I'm on the border. So like their power will go out, like their power go out, and ours will still be on, or my power go out, and they're all still on. Like I say, it's the weirdest thing. So, but yeah, mine is more. It's yeah. We had an earthquake the other day, and the power went out. I was like, oh, I saw. Oh, that's what that was like. I felt that shake for a second. We've had like 2 earthquakes in the last like 2 weeks over here.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
did you feel them, Flobo, at all? Did you feel them?
I felt one of them, like
Yeah,
at 1 in the morning. I was like, was
yeah,
that the Japanese one that came
yeah,
over?
yeah,
Like I
yeah,
wasn't
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
But I know there's another one that I don't. I usually don't feel them because I sleep pretty heavy and they happen at night. So I'm like, man, I guess because I'm from New York and I'm thinking about the subways and stuff, like I don't wake up at all.
That's so
I think
funny.
it's
You know,
weird.
even if, I'll wake up. I'm a medium to heavy sleeper, but I wake up. If I get jolted. Well, if my bed moves, I'm like, oh my god, what's going on? So yes, I will wake up. Oh, I mean, I had to. So other than that, I sleep pretty well. But yes, internet's the only thing. But yeah, for organizing, it does affect. It does affect in terms of whether we're going to be inside or outdoor. If we're going to be inside, I thank you. If we're going to be
See, that's
indoor,
another word,
weather.
weather,
Well, there's
right?
a whole thing. Melissa, I saw some recently about the English language, how hard it is for people because there's one word that can mean two different things and two different pronunciations. And someone was listing all the words that have oh my god, I can't think of any, of course, right now, but there's a whole bunch where it's like it could be two different meanings. It's
Yeah,
like
like
so
there, right? There,
they're
weather,
there. But
weather.
there's some that are spelled the same, but they're said differently. Like, oh
Wind
my
and
god,
wind, read and read, lead and lead,
thank
lead
you,
and
thank you. See,
lead.
flow was good. I don't know.
Wow, there's a spelling bee guy.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
There
another one.
flame out. A guy who studied and still failed.
There
That's the whole point. All that
he is.
effort went nowhere.
James and I are like,
Like I just went blank, but he named like 10 of them. Like, yeah, that's kind of yeah. It's one of those like read and read and this like it's like they're spelled the same, but they could be. So I told you, English is really the hardest language. If you think about it.
Polish and
A
Polish.
lot of the other languages they follow rules. There's certain rules: future, past, present tense, or this and this. I mean, there's rules. So
Right.
ours is like it can be anything. Like, well, just throw this in there too. What does that mean? You know.
Well, we always say that English is open source, right? Like you can do whatever you want. But the trade-off is that because everyone can like corrupt the language however they want to, English has traveled a lot further. So you got like French that has a very strict rule set, but like less people are speaking it. But I can go speak English pretty much anywhere now. You know what I mean? Everyone kind of gets it. Or a corruption of it.
And Flobo's been traveling all over the world, so you know that to be true.
Yeah, kind of inadvertently, but yeah, that
So
was kind of the thing.
you went from one end of the world, Japan, to Dubai,
Right.
the other end of the world. So you actually spoke English in both, right?
Yeah, I mean, and it was actually easier in Dubai, but yeah, it's kind of the same thing. 'Cause people kind of well, in Dubai, it's more British English. Like, not that it matters, but it's more of a British English. Like they use things like toilet instead of like restroom, and like they use British plugs and stuff. But yeah, it's kind of the thing. Like going to Japan, like someone would try to work on it because all pilots have to learn English to fly a plane. Doesn't matter where you are. Most businesses have an English signage. Like it, I feel like if you know English and Spanish, you can go to like 165 countries and be fine, which is crazy compared to like Portuguese that has a
Right, no,
lot more
right.
strict rules, or Romanian that has strict rules.
Or her family Armenian.
Oh yeah,
Genius.
Armenia is the other one. You know what I mean? That's one that's like here in Southern California, it's becoming more ingrained. So you're seeing words and phrases move on. But once you leave this area, it's kind of like, what? What do you say?
He loves Glendale, Melissa.
Oh, glad that's
Where your
awesome.
people are, where your people are.
Let's go, bro. The Armenian consulate is right down Central Ave.
yeah.
Yeah, respect.
I mean, Glendale's
Armenian coffee is dope too, by the way, if you ever had
Oh
it.
yeah, well, you better love coffee and a little kick if you're gonna
Yeah.
drink the Armenian coffee, 'cause
I'll have two, bro.
I love it
I've had
too.
Armenian coffee.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever had it. I have Armenian friends, but
Yeah,
I've never had Armenian coffee.
Oh yeah, no,
that's
it's
pretty delicious. Yeah.
Is it like
yeah.
coffee?
I was working one time. I was working at a period where there was a Armenian coworker, and she would make Armenian coffee in the little cup every afternoon. And I thought, oh, I love that. Would you make me one? She goes, absolutely. And from that day on, she would always bring me a little cup of Armenian coffee if I was in office that day, and we would share an Armenian cup of coffee. So shout out to Lucy. Thank you.
Hey, well, James, it's very similar, but don't call it.
Oh no,
Turkish
no,
coffee.
never say that. I would never say
I'm
it.
just saying, it's, you say so it's like Cuban, like no, it's more like Turkish coffee, but don't say it out loud.
Okay, yeah, but I would never say it out loud. I know I have some manners and couth.
I'm just saying.
Yes, I'm just
A
curious
couth?
for
You have
reference.
scruples? You have scruples? Yeah.
Yes, well, I didn't say I have scruples. I said I have couth and manners. I didn't say scruples.
All right, that's what.
Yeah, no.
Within manners.
The
Compunction.
point is, I just want to say I get a reference of how strong. Because I mean, people are like, oh, Cuban coffee. I'll try some. They go to Miami and have it. They're like, sure. I don't know. They can't blink for us today. I'm like, just
I
gotta
do
be
3 of those. Are fine.
What?
I had 3 Cuban coffees are fine. The 4th one I feel.
Flobo drink coffee all day long.
Whoa.
Buckets of coffee anyway. That's what you do, don't you? I only drink one cup.
I have coffee at my cutoff is 11:45 p.m. If I have it after that, then I have a tough time. But if I can go to off at 11 o'clock before going to bed.
Wow.
I you know, I can sleep anywhere, so it doesn't matter if I have a cup of coffee anytime. I can sleep standing up. I'm like, that's it. But I try not to have coffee after a certain time, but it really don't stop me. I can sleep. It don't matter. I'm always tired. Doesn't matter. And that's how we'll end the show. We'll end the show on that one. We're always tired. This is Coffee and Conversation with James and
Melissa.
Who are you? Melissa. We're here with our friend Flobo Boyce. Hi, Flobo Boyce. Thanks for being in our conversation today.
Oh, thanks for inviting me. Don't be always tired, man. I know a good Armenian coffee spot will fix you right up.
There you go.
There you go. There you go.
Good to have friends.
Flobo, tell me where they can find you. Do you want more conversation?
Well, you can find me in my word of the day calendars over on that X at Flobo Boyce and Blue Sky at Flobo Boyce and on Instagram at Flobito. That's FLOBITO.
He mentioned Blue Sky. Okay, Blue Sky. Nobody on there. Nobody doing nothing on there.
Nobody on anywhere, but I gotta say it.
I know. I'm on there too. I'm like, just nothing happening. We love you guys. You can find us on all the medias. Where are they? Apple. They Google. I think Google's leaving, but Apple, Spotify, Deezer, iHeartRadio, all the others. Follow us there. Coffee and Conversation. It's with James and Melissa, not the other one. It's with James and Melissa. Don't listen to them. Listen to us. We'll see you next time.